Hey there, Tim Bauer here from LiveVideoGuitarLessons.com with the practice tip of the day. This one is for the beginning player, and today I want to cover some afterthoughts I had about tuning. We've done a couple of videos on tuning, and we covered the basics, you know, the way to keep your guitar in good tune, the best way to tune, what not to do. Anyway, I was thinking about a couple of things I see people do in my teaching. It's kind of some bad habits I've seen that get corrected during our lessons, of course, but I realize that people don't know they shouldn't do this. So number one, as you're tuning, don't put a lot of weight on the neck of your guitar. So like if I'm trying to tune the first string, people don't do it on purpose. They're just kind of, they're not really pushing on the neck. They are physically, but they're not pushing on purpose. They're just kind of leaning their arm on it, and they're tuning while they're twisting, and don't do that, because like if you're tuning the first string, what it does, it makes it go flat because you're pushing the neck down. And then even though you get it in tune, you say you're looking at your tune, you get it in perfect tune, and then when you let go, it's sharp because the neck snapbacks, and you don't see any of this, but the neck goes back into its normal position, and now it's sharp. Same thing for this. If I'm tuning one of the bigger strings and leaning a lot of weight on it, it's going to make that one go sharp because it's pulling it down from that side. It's stretching the string farther than it should be stretched. And again, you don't see any of this. These are very, very teeny tiny changes. But when I let go of it, if I'm pushing on it, even though I have it in perfect tune, now it's going to be flat. So you think you're in tune, you're playing along, and everything sounds bad, and you think you're doing something wrong. You're not. You're just out of tune. It's hard enough to learn how to play guitar. It's not super hard, but I mean, it's hard enough in the first few weeks of playing that you want to handicap yourself by being out of tune all the time and making everything sound bad, even if you're doing it perfectly. So anyway, the other thing I see people do, they'll want to tune their guitar this way. They'll just put it in their lap, and I don't know why it's been a long time since I learned how to play. I don't know why people want to tune this way. I don't recall ever wanting to tune this way, but I may have, who knows. But don't do that, because gravity is affecting the neck of your guitar differently when it's this way, and leaning on my leg over here is pushing the neck a little bit that way. So as I'm tuning it, and when I get it in perfect tune this way, then I pick it up and I start playing, it's going to be out of tune again, because now gravity is pushing on the neck this way instead of that way. Plus, it's not on my leg anymore. And another thing, I would suggest you relax while you practice, and sit down and have fun. But like, say you're you're rehearsing for a show, or you just you want to sing, and stand up with a microphone and with a boom, and have a little show going on in your basement or whatever. If you're gonna play standing up a lot, tune standing up. Or if you're about to play standing up, tune while you're standing up. Don't sit down and then tune and then stand up, because you'll probably be a little out of tune. Don't tune it standing up and then sit down. I mean, you want to, and if you're gonna play like this, tune it like this. If you're gonna play like this, tune it like this. If you're gonna be leaning on the couch and just kind of relaxed, and then tune it like that. Because it sounds like I'm talking about your guitar like it's this delicate little instrument or whatever. I mean, it is in a sense, but I mean, it's solid, but it's just wood, and little changes affect the tuning, and these are all very tiny differences. The key is you just want to make sure that you're in good tune, because while you're trying to learn how to play, it's when you play something correctly, you want to hear those sweet harmonies of a nicely tuned guitar, and you get that satisfaction of hearing it. A lot of times I'll give a lesson one week, and then the following week we'll start our lesson. I'll just notice that the student's guitar is just horribly out of tune, and of course we fix that when I'm there. But if that's the case, somebody had been practicing at least for a couple of days with their guitar just sounding terrible. And I can't imagine practicing when, even if you do it right, you still get a bad sound. That's just obviously not the best way to do it. So, and your guitar is going to go out of tune a lot. Just use this as a rule of thumb. Every time you pick up your guitar to play, even if you just set it down an hour ago, just check the tuning. It'll probably be okay after an hour, but if you pick it up 8 hours later, it's probably going to be a little out of tune. A little bit, If you pick it up, you're playing one night, and then you get up the next morning, it's probably going to be, it's still just a little bit out of tune, but it's going to be a little out, a little more out of tune than 2 hours. So just kind of keep after it. you get faster at tuning. I know it's a little bit of a hassle when you're first learning, but you get faster at it as you go, and you need to be able to tune fast anyway. So anyway, thanks for tuning in for this practice tip. Hopefully that helps. Just keep that guitar in tune, so when you're playing music, it sounds like music instead of sounding like a chore that you're having to go through. You know, that you call them practicing. You know, so anyway, tune in again tomorrow for another practice tip, and I will see you next time. Thanks.